Hello YouTube! Today I'll be showing you how to make a full Mario game in Scratch. So without further ado, let's get started. This is the sprite sheet I'm going to use. So to get it, just click on this and then click Save Image As. And then now it will save it. Just click Save. And now back in Scratch, we can go ahead and import it. Choosing import, you can see all the costumes right here. But the good thing is we can just click this and get it. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and create a new costume called Player. Or if you want Mario, if you want. Now we're going to come into here and get our animations. Starting with the idle animation. I'm going to put him here, center it, and call it with a capital idle. Idle dash 01 for idle 1. Sadly, this only has one costume, so we're gonna move on to the next one, the run animation. I'm gonna go here, make a new costume, and name this run 01. Paste it in here, center it. Next costume, get this, paste it, copy it, go ahead and just name this run 02. Paste it in, center it, and now for the last one, make it full. Create another one, name this run 03. Paste it in here, and now you might say we're done. No, because as you can see, only 3. This will be very weird if I go here and then all the way back here. And also, if you might have not noticed, I accidentally cut this start, so I'll be right back to delete that, and then I'll join you.
15 minutes later.
Now I've done removing the white stuff under there, so what's missing? Well, this will be very weird, you can see. So we need to duplicate the middle one and put it down and name this 04. Now as you can see, if we play it, it looks like a good animation. So now, the next one is the jump. Now let's make a new one called jump 01. Sadly, there's only one costume, but and let's put him here. Now we got all our costumes. Now let's go back into the code section and create 3 new variables: X velocity, Y velocity for all this sprite only, and also gravity for all sprites. Now still when green flag click, and let's set all these 3 variables to 0, but except for gravity. We're going to set this to -1. This is how heavy our gravity is going to be. So now let's get a forever loop. Now we're going to do 2 ifs with 2 key spaces. One's going to be right and one's going to be left. Now if we do right and left, we're going to change x velocity by 1 for right and change x velocity by -1 by left. Now what we're going to do is make gravity. So let's do a change y velocity by gravity. The reason we're doing gravity is because this is -1, so it's technically saying change y by -1, but instead of -1 we put gravity in. And also let's put a change y by at the start, y velocity. Now as you can see, the player will fall. As you see, if you try to restart it, it doesn't go back to 0, 0. So let's do that real quick. Now he has gravity. Now let's make a ground that Mario can actually stand on. So let's make a new sprite, and I'm going to call this ground. And for now, let's just make a ground here. I'm going to have no outline. And now this is it. Now let's go into the ground sprite and then do when green flag click, go to back layer and go to 0, 0. Now you can see it works. Now to make the player collide with the ground, we're going to make a new custom block for it. Call it handle vertical, handle now I spelled collision wrong, that doesn't matter, but just click run without screen refresh. And now we're going to put this here, and then we're going to go ahead and get an if. We don't need a forever loop because it's already in a forever loop. And now we're going to do if. We're going to do an and. We're going to do touching ground. And if y velocity is greater than 0, and if it is, we're going to go ahead and set y velocity to 0, repeat until not touching ground, change y by -1. So what this does is not when it's ground collision, but when it's ceiling collision. And now to make a ground collision, just go ahead and duplicate the whole thing. And now we just, instead of what greater than, we're going to replace this with smaller than. So for less than 0, then we also want to set velocity to 0. And now instead of -1, we're going to change 1. Now as you can see, we've got collision. And let's now make player movement actually work. Because now if we were to move, nothing happens because only these move. The x velocity moves. So now let's go ahead and get a change x by and put it x velocity. And now as you can see, it moves, but in a very slippery way. So what we need is friction. Now to make friction, we just need to get a change x velocity by, and let's get a multiplier and put x velocity in here and do minus 0.15. This is the multiplier of the friction. So now if we were to move it, as you can see, it actually has friction on it. And to make jumping, we're going to go ahead and get if, put it down here. Now I'm going to do if key up arrow pressed. Now to make sure he does, so now we just need to go ahead and just do this, right? Y velocity 10, right? But no, this is wrong, because then if we were to jump, you can see it jumps. But now if we just hold it, you can just fly. To fix this problem, we're going to create another variable called isJumping. And we're going to put this for the sprite. And also if you want, you can put a question mark here too. So now let's set isJumping. I'm going to do isJumping. Instead of 0, I want to do false. False. And now in this handle vertical collision sprite, we're going to go ahead and do set. So when we're touching the ground, we're also going to set is jumping to false. Oh, false. And now we're going to do an if else. If it's equal, okay, yeah, if it's equal, okay, turns out I'm wrong, so let me go ahead and fix that real quick. So we're going to go ahead and go to the define block, and instead of putting it here, we have to put it inside of here, next to set y velocity block. And instead of an if else, it's supposed to be an if. And now we set it to here, and if we need to put is jumping here and do false. False. Now, sorry for that, but yeah. But now one more thing we need to do is do set is jumping to true, not in the if block, but under it. So now, as you can see, if I spam it, you will see if you wait till the ground, then you can only jump, and that's cool. So you might be thinking, where are the animations at? So now you got animations here that we just imported into here. Now we're going to make the animations. Let's go ahead and get a switch costume right here, and then let's get a plus block, a mod, and then a floor. So this trick is to make smooth costume animations and floor, and let's make a variable called costume for this sprite only. And we're going to set it to 0 at the start. Now we're going to go ahead and put costume in here, and now this slot is which frame does it start at? So it starts at frame 2, and it goes up to 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got 4. So it starts at frame 2 and has 4. Let's duplicate this and put it here. And now to make it look like he's looking the correct way, we're gonna do a set rotation style to left right. And now let's do point in 90 degrees, that's right, and point in negative 90 degrees, that's left. So now if we were to play it, we also gotta do a change costume, and I'm gonna do about 0.3. This is how fast it's gonna be. So now, there you go. You got a fully working running animation. And now, if you just see this little bobbing, don't worry, we're gonna fix that later. And yeah, now let's do the jumping animation. Let's duplicate this whole script or block and put it here. And instead of this thing, we're gonna see which frame does jump start at. So I made like 4 costumes for it, so it lasts longer. So costume 6 it starts at, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're all just the same sprites, but it's duplicated for making it longer. So it's 6, and the 4 is just a 4. Oh, 4. Now, and we gotta make an idle animation. So let's go ahead and just duplicate this one. Take all this out and put it right under here. Let's do any, and we'll get a not operator and just put this in here. Now let's get rid of the point direction. This too. We're just gonna play the animation idle, so just 1, 1. And as you can see, as soon as it stops, yeah, you can jump. Yeah, that's gonna look good. Yeah, that looks good. Now, that's it. We got the animations covered and the player thing. Now, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the scrolling. Now, to make scrolling, all we have to do, it's pretty simple. Just follow my steps. let's make two new variables called scroll X and scroll Y. Now let's set them both to 0 at the start. Now let's go all the way down to the script where the change costume is, and we're going to do a set, two sets, and put scroll X and scroll Y in, and then in both of the slots we're going to put a multiply, and now we're going to do the scroll X, scroll Y inputs, and the other one we'll do -1, so the opposite. Now we're going to go into the ground sprite and do a forever loop, and we're going to make it always go to scroll X and scroll Y. Now if we play it, it doesn't work. Why? Well, because we're setting scroll X and scroll Y to 0. Well, the issue is that we set them both to 0, this thing, the scroll X inputs and scroll Y. What it needs to be are the X and Y positions. Now, if we were to do it, you can see you've got running animation, and it actually scrolls. And now you can see little bobbings, but don't worry, we're gonna fix that later too, as I said. But now we've got scrolling. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and make more of these. By, for example, you can just do this and make like a parkour section, and or you just make them spawn like maybe right there. So instead of going to 0, 0, makes him go to X this and Y this. But that, see, it's not gonna look good. Like, even if you do it right, you need to make it first go here. So now, go ahead and do this. Fill this in. See, it doesn't really work how you want it to, but that doesn't matter. But still, we've got our looking animation. And yeah, this is the scrolling. Now, if you want, you can also just make it art styles, like by downloading it off of the internet and making blocks for this. But I'm not going to do that now, because I just want to focus on the basic stuff on it. So yeah, this is part 1 of me making Mario. If you want a part 2, make sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And yeah, this is it. Bye.